Hello folks, Pastor Rocky Branch. Hope you're doing great today. Well, of course, the weather's supposed to be coming in. It's going to be a bad time, they tell us, and from Georgia all the way up to the mountains. And, well, you know, you can't do anything about that. You just got to kind of hang in there and do the best you can. I'm not a fan of cold weather, never have been. In fact, I start wearing long johns early in the fall, and I wear them until May. I'm telling you, it's cold. And I don't particularly like that, but that's just the way life goes on. Paul said something in Philippians chapter 4, verse 19 that I want to talk to you about for a minute. Paul said, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Now, what does that mean exactly? Now, you're facing some things today. You're challenged by some things that, well, you don't know what you're going to do, or you don't know how it's going to come out. Well, what Paul said, I can do all things. Now, all's a big word. I mean, all covers it all. I mean, when you talk about all of something, somebody says, I ate the whole thing. Well, that's, that's all of it. You eat all of the pie, all of the cake, all of the chicken, whatever the case may be, or you did all of something that you could do. I mean, all is all compassed. It's the whole thing. So what does Paul mean? You say, well, I can't do half of what I'm supposed to do. Paul said he did all things. Well, I think the wording is very important. Paul said, I can do all things through Christ. Now, what does that mean? Well, it simply means that I am a sheep following a shepherd. And I am to follow Christ, walk as he walked, talk as he talked, act like he acted, do what he did. I am to follow Christ. I'm not to go around. I'm not to try to go over, under. I'm not trying to rush ahead. I'm to follow. And where Christ goes and where Christ leads is where I'm to be. Now, Paul said I can do all things, but I do it through Christ, not around Christ, not independent of Christ. I do it through Christ. What does that mean? Well, that means that Christ will not lead you. Now listen to me. Christ will not lead you to do something wrong. No. You say, well, I felt like I'll do that. Man, doesn't matter. Well, I want to do that. Doesn't matter. Christ will lead you the right way every time. Paul said I can do all things through Christ. Very important. Which is a very important word in this verse. Which is independent. It is independent of the situation. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me in every situation. So, the situation I'm faced with today, I get strength for it. Situation I'm faced with after a while, I get new strength for it. Next situation I'm faced with, additional new strength. His mercies, Lamentations 3, are new every morning. So whatever you go through, whatever your part, whatever you're dealing with, in every single situation that we go through, I can do all things because in that particular situation of which I am in, God provides strength. In other words, he gives me the ability to get through it. And every situation that I come into, listen, that he leads me in. You say, well, Rocky, is it that important? I mean, is it so important that you get down to the bottom line of where you eat lunch? Or which route you take to go to the post office? I don't know how you're going to, I don't know how you're going to take your relationship with Christ, but I'm taking mine very importantly, very literally. I think that every decision I make is going to be important. You say, well, man, I don't know that I'm going to be down on that level or not. I mean, I think I'm just going to kind of general. I'm just going to kind of reach out there and get what I can, and then I'm going to be okay. Well, that's kind of your deal. If that's the case, I mean, you run with it. But for example, there's a lot of things that I would like to watch. There's a lot of movies that come out a lot of action-packed movies that I would really like to watch. I'd like to go to the theater and watch them on the big screen. But they have profanity in them, and they have vulgar scenes in them, and I'm just not going to watch them. I mean, I'd like to watch them, but I'm just not going to watch them. If I try to watch something on TV and they start this mess, I turn it. I mean, I'm just not going to watch it. You say, well, I don't think it's that close. Well, and maybe to you it's not, but to me it is. I think that Jesus died for me. I know that he died for you. I believe that he died for you, but I know in my heart he died for me, and I think it's that close. And I think if I start giving in and saying, well, you know, everybody's doing it and all that, see, that has nothing to do with whether everybody's doing it or not. It has to do with whether you recognize what Jesus did for you. That's the whole point. That's what makes us better. I can do all the things through Christ, which, independently of every situation, in every situation that he leads me, whatever situation, whichever situation I'm in, he will strengthen me. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Why is that important? Because when you follow him, you'll have victory with him. So I trust in some way today that will help. And, well, you know, when you and I have to make those decisions, it's pretty good if we already have a base to judge those decisions on. And that foundation, that base, is Jesus Christ. So let's not change him. Let's follow him. And if you do that, he'll bless you for it. God bless you. We love you. And goodbye.